So what's happened to Angela? If you'd have said to Angela 5 years ago, Angela, you may have been a leading official in Unison, but did you know, in a couple of years, Unite are going to suspend you?
Nigel Cecil, calling things out as you like it, especially for his fair-minded friends.
Hello, Chakabatis. Welcome. Thank you for joining me, moi, Nigel Cecil, and my very good friend Hilary, and some of our regular viewers have been in touch via our email address. Raise something as a subject matter of this video, which has left us somewhat shocked, hasn't it, Hilary? We were surprised when it was brought to our attention, the idea that Unite the Union, Sharon Graham, should suspend Angela Rayner, the Right Honourable Angela Rayner, Deputy Prime Minister. Well, it's unbelievable, isn't it? And so why does Christianity and socialism join together to give, well, a sort of response to what's happened and try and explain in terms of showbiz how Angela and Sharon may become friends again? Does that sound like a good idea? Well, of course, some of you will say you're talking a load of poppycock, but we've got the background, you see, like our equity members in showbiz. First division celebrities. How do they survive? And if you think in those terms, especially as a politician, it will encourage you and actually give you the commitment to know how to survive in the first division. And the key thing, if you want to stay relevant, you put your fans first. If you want to do your own thing, well, go ahead and do it. But if you want to be acclaimed as first division, your fans come first. And equally, when it comes to a trade union, if you want to be able to succeed, your workers come first. No one else. And if someone tries to blind you with information, you go back to your core principles. Workers come first. It's some years ago now. One of our friends was at a meeting, an annual meeting for equity. And they were just chatting, and someone said, excuse me, are you not a member of the Labour Party? And they said, no. What? You're here at this conference for equity, and you're not a member of the Labour Party? No, I'm a trade unionist. No. You can't be a trade unionist and not a member of the Labour Party. Excuse me, what? Said this person. And they said, well, what religion are you? And the person said, well, I'm a Christian. Yes, well, ask us what our religion is. So they said, well, what's your religion? And they said, socialism. What? The ideologies that drive someone 24/7. And they made clear that wasn't to say you couldn't be a Christian socialist, a Christian conservative, a Christian liberal, but it was whether you promoted that ideology 24/7. And there are some involved in politics, and especially one would say within equity now, who live socialism 24/7. And others go, oh, no. In fact, many workers say, well, we're trade unionists when we're at work. When we're not at work, well, we follow what we want to follow. So putting that aside, when you think of a politician like Angela, what's happened to Angela where suddenly they're no longer appearing to put the workers first? What's changed for them? Well, I'll give you another example from equity. Some years ago now, and they've only just, after years of fighting, saved the Oldham Coliseum. Julian Hesmond House, Victoria Brazier, supported by equity and local members, fought long, and it was long and hard, to save Oldham Coliseum. They're up against the council. They're up against all sorts of things. But from their experience, they knew it was wrong. It didn't make sense to close Oldham Coliseum. But hey, guess what? They were up against reports, the way reports were presented about this not being good and how the town centre would be much better if it had this development. And of course, the councillors, a bit like the Equity Council, they're, well, persuaded by the way those reports are presented. Like, who am I as a local councillor when we've got a report by Boggs, Scarpa and Sons that says this, well, it has to happen to save Oldham town centre. They have probably got another agenda. So, Equity decided we're not accepting this. Julie and Victoria, along with everyone else, fought. And someone along the line said, oi, these reports don't actually make sense when you regard them and look and inspect them overarchingly, putting the interests of Oldham citizens first and foremost, putting the workers first and foremost. So what's happened to Angela? If you'd have said to Angela 5 years ago, Angela, you may have been a leading official in Unison, but did you know, in a couple of years, Unite are going to suspend you. Angela, a forceful Tameside person, now we've got family in Tameside. Ashton Market shopping every Saturday. Great fun. Not been the same since the market centre got burnt down, though, and restored. You never get that same ambience back, do you? But I'm digressing, aren't I, Hilary? But if you'd have said that to Angela, quite rightly and understandably, would have said, me suspended by a trade union, not a cat in hell's chance. But it's happened. Why has it happened? The chances are they've now got so many things on their plates as Deputy Prime Minister and influenced by the grandeur of Parliament. No, we're not influenced, go on. Run another one by me, especially when Lord Hoo-ha-ha-ha and the chief executive to the secretary of this quango and that quango have brought these reports to say this, and that must happen. And the commissioners in Birmingham are saying, well, of course, this must happen to save Birmingham, a bit like Oldham Council telling the campaigners to save Oldham Coliseum. Well, Angela will say, well, yes, they're probably right. Are they right? And this is why you have to go back to first principles. It's one thing being driven by an ideology, socialism, but never forget, others will try to blind you with science. So, whilst you may be influenced by all sorts of things, dare we give a little bit of advice, putting showbiz principles first? Fans come first, Angela. The voters, your electors, the workers come first. So what would we do applying showbiz principles? Give a call to Sharon. Sharon, come on. We both come from privileged backgrounds that definitely weren't privileged, how anyone tries to say it. I mean, our backgrounds were totally unprivileged. But here we are now, leaders within the socialist movement. Surely something's just gone a little bit astray. So can we get back to core values, core principles? And I apologise, Sharon. it's moi that sort of changed somehow, now being caught in the Westminster bubble. Well, how about, Friday, set all the media aside, set all the other advisors aside. Can we just pop up to Birmingham together? Probably meet in a pub with the real grassroots movers and shakers involved in this bin strike. Let's get straight from them what it's all about. No advisors sitting on the side. Let's just, as someone else said, beer and sandwiches. That's not like putting anyone down, but it's getting that ambience, If I could possibly do it, I was Angela, which I'm definitely not, but somebody looking after Tameside and coming from the area must have core values to acclaim. So Angela, pick up the phone and call Sharon. Let's have a meeting with the bin workers, no one else there. Right to the grassroots, putting the workers first and foremost. And that's applying showbiz principles to, well, politics, trade unionism. What do you think? As always, do get in touch and let us know via this email address. And to Sharon and to Angela and to the bin workers, let's just hope things work out for you. And also, the offshoot will be for the citizens of Birmingham. So until the next time, as we always say, good work, good art, and in showbiz, don't forget, a bit like politics as well, Hillary, don't forget, better keep your fingers crossed. Professional solidarity, comrades, together.
Please hit the subscribe button and join us again, because together every viewer helps. Thank you.